doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L podcast.
We got my dog, Dawgface, Calderon in the building. Your birthday's in less than 24 hours, man.
I'm on the countdown for greatness.
How are you turning up for the birthday, man?
I got a couple of trips planned. I ain't gonna say where, but I normally I don't really. I'm not gonna say I don't care about my birthday, but I spent so much time in prison that it kind of like it desensitizes you to just like normal holiday events that you're supposed to be excited about. My birthday is one of them, so I don't. My birthday, I like to work. I don't be tripping about birthdays necessarily. Like some people make it a big deal. I'm happy I made it, but outside of that, I normally don't plan trips. I don't plan parties. I don't plan a birthday cake and none of that kind of shit.
What makes this year special though? Like it has to be a reason.
I think I'm taking stock now. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking stock of some of my life accomplishments. I think I'm kind of like just reflecting on all the things that I've done. I never take time to really reflect on the things I've accomplished because I'm always pursuing the next thing. So this year, I kind of like slowed down a little bit in terms of just kind of like psychologically. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time for me to appreciate a lot of the things that I have done, a lot of things I've accomplished. I've come a long way, bro. It's not about where I am. It's about where I came from. That's the big thing. It's not about a chain or a watch or just a car or none of that kind of stuff. It's just about, bro, I was supposed to be dead years ago. If I would have died in the streets 20, 30 years ago, nobody would have been surprised because the way I was living my life. So I took a deep breath about 6-7 months ago, and I said I'm going to start to appreciate all the things I've accomplished, and so that's just it.
Yeah, I mean, we talked on the phone a couple weeks ago, and I was like, where you at? And you were basically like, man, I just need time to like unwind for just a moment.
Yeah, spend time with my kids, my grandkids, shit like that, right? I'm always on the go, bro, as you already know. I never really sit back and, like I just say, I never sit back and take stock, or I never sit back and to kind of like reflect or to appreciate, where I am in life now. No brag about nothing, just the fact that I'm still here. I'm happy about that. Yeah. So yeah, now I'm finna slow this shit down a little bit.
Well, yeah, you've been shaking a lot in the music scene. Like you're still a force in that, man. I noticed that you were DJing at the Bossman DLo show. Just recently, Skilla Baby was out there and a few other Detroit cats.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that opportunity come together?
Shit, the cats were doing a concert in my people. My people, you hear me? Yeah. So, never stop grinding. That's my man, D. Reed. We were incarcerated together. We were in prison together, level 4, level 5 together. When he came home, he was one of those exonerees that we talked about before guys get wrongfully convicted. And then came home and he decided to like put his efforts and energy and throwing big parties and large scale parties and concerts. So of course when he's been throwing concerts now for years now. So like bro, whenever you see a concert pop up, if you want to jump on there, you want to DJ it, you want to have any part in it whatsoever, you want to be an investor, whatever you want to do, you can do it.
Yeah.
All right. So D. Reed. Shout out to Smoke, shout out to the Twins for providing the opportunity. I'm grateful because they didn't have to do it. You hear me? It's a million DJs
You're dealing
now.
with like the head honchos of the people that actually get the shit done when it comes to throwing events and getting shit done behind the scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you become one of the fathers of that, where it's like when people see you, it's like you're in a room with somebody that's making something happen because you're making something happen too, right?
Yeah, that's just the rule in general. It's all that's, so in the world of business, in the world of entrepreneurship, in the world of just wanting to be successful in anything, one of the key components that people tell you is you surround yourself with people who are doing what you want to do, what you envision yourself doing. You surround yourself with people who are actually doing something other than just talking. All right, so it is what it is, man.
Talk about this, comedy streak that you've been on too, because that's not something easy to pick up, man. You sold out at the Punchline, which is crazy, and I seen a picture of you looking like Dave Chappelle, just kind of like terrorizing.
Yeah. So the whole comedy thing, bro, I'm funny as fuck in real life.
You are funny,
right? But it doesn't come across because typically when people become aware of me on social media, all they see is me cussing and fussing and acting fool and talking crazy shit, right? So you have to know me to know. So the people who know me, they know I'm funny as shit in real life. And then so I mixed just my own humor with just real life shit that I go through, with all the shit I go through with the whole Dawgface shit on Instagram and now on YouTube. So I'm more Dave Chappelle than I am Kevin Hart. I'm more like reality-based comedy shit. I know how to take real life scenarios and find the funniest parts of that shit and talk about it in that way. So yeah, the comedy shit. I challenged myself. I dared myself. That's how I got into it. I think I did my first show in November of last year. I did my second show in January. My third show was in April. The April show sold out. You couldn't get another human being in that motherfucker. And so it's major because, listen, bro, I'm like, I took a page from T.I.'s book, right? So I'm not saying I'm as popular or as well known as he is, but people know who the fuck I am. So people were shocked. At first they thought I was just promoting it versus me actually being a comedian, standing up, just doing what I do. So I challenged myself and I did it, and I feel good about it because it's something I can control. I can control the crowd. It's major for me, like I just said earlier, because you got rappers, bro, who been rapping forever, who can't pack a house.
Man.
All me, nothing else, all me. You hear me? So
I really want to tell some of these social media rappers that, like, man, once you book a show, come talk to me, because like how much they make it seem like they have such a major fan base and that there's these celebrities. It's like, man, until you can book out a show, even if you can book out 50 to 100 people, I'll be happy. 50 to 100 people just at that. But they can't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have people got they in their own mind a lot of times when it comes to. So like when you're dealing with entertainment and people who partake in the entertainment, you have to know, you have to understand that you're dealing with people who are, in most cases, they're their own biggest fans, and they surround themselves with people who think and look at life the same way they do. So they're very rarely challenged about anything. They're a lot of them are like, they're not known, so the public doesn't really know who they are. So you don't really get a good scope of the quality of music that you make, because you're surrounding yourself with people who move and operate and think and shake just like you do. Right. So yeah.
So you're all dealing with the same kind of perception, which makes you feel more valuable in your own sense than might be what you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I go.
Talk about you're going back and forth between Atlanta and Detroit.
Right.
I'm dealing with a lot of people from Atlanta lately, and we're talking about infrastructure still. We're still talking about Detroit infrastructure. We're still talking about Atlanta.
We're still talking
which
about.
Which is wild.
Oh.
I really thought, like, when Eminem and Baby Tron and Big Sean dropped that song, I don't know what I thought was going to happen. I really thought something was going to happen, like how T Grizzly did First Day Out. Like, and then everybody was just paying attention to the city, like it's magnified now. I thought that was going to happen, but I feel like things have collapsed more in the past 2 years than any time since 2017.
So you thought that the collaboration between Baby Tron and
Big Sean
was going to kind of like
do something. I thought it was gonna make it where like everybody's
create an explosion.
Boom, let's go, like infrastructure. Like
Detroit's already lit, bro, and the cat's out the bag now. The real Detroit, the real sound that was never been prior to, like in terms of the masses of the human population, people who consume hip hop for a living. If you haven't been to Detroit, then you didn't know that Eminem wasn't necessarily, his style wasn't necessarily the represent. People think or thought that Eminem and the Big Seans, their sound, and the Royce da 5'9", they thought that sound, great MCs, but they thought that that sound was just the heartbeat of Detroit, and it never was, it never has been, and it never will be. Not taking anything away from their greatness, but it just never was. So now that the true essence of Detroit's sound has been exposed, and I want to say that T Grizzly did everything he did it. His success made it exposed the street element on the mass level to the world, so people get an opportunity to hear Detroit's real sound. And so now Eminem can do a song with anybody. That's great. It was a good look. He didn't have to do it, so you have to tilt your hat for that, because he didn't have to do it. He could have done a million things.
I personally think it's legendary that they did it. I'm more concerned about like the infrastructure of the hip hop community or the entertainment community in Detroit, not really taking it and going with it. You know what I mean?
So when you say infrastructure, right? So the infrastructure has always been stimulated by people who are business minded. And like I said before, somewhere, I don't know where I was, but we talked about just how in Detroit, unlike Atlanta, unlike Houston, unlike New York, unlike Miami, unlike Memphis, unlike LA. So in Detroit, we have been solely reliant on individual artists to take the city to a different plateau. So like when you think about LA and New York, like I just said, all those different cities who had their shot at superstardom as it relates to the hip hop game is concerned, they had companies, they had management companies, they had independent labels that help buttress and support and catapult artists to build homegrown artists, put them on a platform, and then go with them. It wasn't just relying on individual artists to do it. In Detroit, Eminem gets so much slack because we are focused on the individuals helping us as a whole. Eminem gets slack because of what? Because he's not viewed as somebody who's done everything that they think he could have done to help the city now. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever. You get T Grizzly, who gets the same kind of slack now for not doing certain shit. And so even though he has, but we rely on the individual artist to do everything for us. We don't have labels. So to your point, that's the infrastructure. The infrastructure it's like we want to systematically break into the music business and to kind of like buttress and support and to inspire our sound. You can't do that by just simply relying on an individual artist who gets hot. Then you put all the onus and responsibility on him to carry the whole fucking city. Like Memphis, it wasn't Gotti's. Gotti wasn't, he had pressure on him as well, but CMG. It was CMG. It wasn't necessarily just Gotti. You feel what I'm saying? So we don't have labels here who know how to take an artist from basic obscurity to superstardom. Everybody that we've had, who we can talk about now, they've been plucked out of here. With the exception of Baby Tron, it was Lando. It wasn't another label that did it. It was Lando and his hate him or love him. It was Lando and his evil genius fucking shit that did it. What label snatched Baby Tron up? None. He's gotten to where he is now based on his own ability to be able to rhyme and to rhyme to his fan base. And with the help of Lando and the whole hip hop lab, it catapulted. That is the first true independent superstar from Detroit. No label. No helping hand, no endorsements. It was just Tron and Lando. And I'll say that and I'll stand on it.
How'd you feel about fucking this weekend, man? We got fucking President Trump getting assassination attempt on his ass. Like 6 o'clock in the day.
Man, I wish I had something funny to say about this shit. In the land of comedy, I put my comedy hat on this way. I wish I had something funny to say about that shit, but it's just an overall indictment of the country, bro. It is an indictment and it is a telling observation of the day and the time that we're living in now. This shit is crazy. Motherfuckers better get their shit together. Motherfuckers better build their own personal universes and kind of like try to. It's just about building your own self up, bro. It's about taking people who are like-minded. We're going to keep on talking about like-minded individuals, right? Everybody can't go. But those who do understand the big picture, you get with people who understand the big picture, and you do what you do. It's an overall indictment of just how fucked up this country is. Right.
What are you specifically saying? Like, I know what you're saying, but you're kind of not being direct about how you feel about.
Oh, how I feel about Trump? Getting shot? That was some funny shit. When he slapped his ear, I said, "Oh, you set that shit up, Trump." I say that is what was his show called? The show he had?
I forgot.
Apprentice.
Yeah, Apprentice.
I said that's my first thought was, bro, that's some publicity stunt ass shit because he slapped his ear. I'd been shot a couple of times, bro, and the last thing I ever did was slap my ear like it was a fly or some shit like that, right? I thought that shit was funny, to tell you the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? He ain't built for getting shot. You hear me? He ain't built for getting shot.
You're not conspiring though. You feel like it was a real attempt, right? Or you're like actually conspiring and thinking that there's a
man.
chance?
So listen. So if I'm a student of history, religion, and politics, like I told you before, right? And so I remember the whole JFK thing in Dallas, and I remember how the Oswald guy, the guy say he was brainwashed by the Russians, by the Soviet Empire, and he was kidnapped, and when they took him over to Cuba and brought him back, and they turned him into a fucking weapon. Man, when I saw the person who they say did it, man, that guy's slow as fuck, bro. That's slow as motherfucker. Talk about window licker. That motherfucker window licker helmet. He is a motherfucker. That motherfucker's heels have eyes. You see him, motherfucker, man?
No.
He from Kentucky, bro.
He kind of look like Jeffrey Dahmer type.
Right,
shit.
gotta be from fucking Kentucky, bro. His mom and daddy were brothers and sisters, bro. He is obviously a window licker, slow bus slobbing ass, short bus riding ass motherfucker. For real.
Well, if you look at the footage of before it happened, people were saying like, "Yo, there's a guy that's climbing on top of the roof."
I've seen it. How did the Secret Service miss that shit?
Yeah.
How you in an open fucking area? He's on the top. Fuck. How did he climb? I saw this shit when they say he climbed up there.
Yeah.
How did the Secret Service? What the fuck they was looking at? They was looking at the Kid L show.
They think,
Secret Service was looking at the Kid L show. That's why they missed the fucking the little fucking climbing on the roof of a fucking building with a big ass fucking sniper rifle.
Yeah.
They were watching Kid L.
How do you think there was any chance that they missed it though? If you're in that scenario, a Secret
Who,
Service.
Secret Service?
Yeah. How do you think there's any chance?
I just told you why. They were watching the Kid L show.
No,
Fuck is you
serious,
talking-
bro,
I'm
be
dead
serious.
ass serious.
Be
You're a
serious.
fucking rock star, bro. They were watching Kid L. They were on their fucking cell phones, on their self devices, and they were watching the fucking Kid L show.
There's
That's
a
why.
footage of one of the sniper that took the guy out. That was he like looked at the sniper before he took the shot. He's like, wait, what the fuck? And then he finally took the shot. Like there was a large delay between him taking the shot and knowing that there was actually a guy there with a gun.
Right.
Like, what is the delay all about? You know what I mean?
I don't know, because Secret Service, them motherfuckers, they deadly. You hear me?
Yeah.
So I don't know what the delay was about, bro. And I don't know. I don't know, because it was out in the fucking open. You hear me?
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was hiding behind a bush or a tree or something, bro. There was no coverage on top of that roof of that building, that warehouse.
Do you think that the Secret Service deserved to be fired?
Fuck yeah. And they have to be, because anytime a presidential candidate or a former president, right? Anytime, bro, I can see if there was a bomb and somebody ran up on him when he was moving from point A to point B, that's something they can't really kind of figure for. But anytime you can have somebody climb on the fucking roof of a warehouse, set up, while you have dozens of people hollering and pointing, there's Mr. fucking Ed's son on the roof. Motherfucking with a rifle, bro.
Yeah.
And nobody's doing shit. I saw the shit. You hear me? So yeah, they have to be demoted. I don't know about fired.
They fired the guy who took the shot, which is crazy.
They fired him? Why?
Yeah, he I guess he like didn't listen to. They didn't want him to take the shot, but he like did it out of just. He just did it. He just took the shot.
Well, he can go to say he can get a job as a regular police officer.
Yeah.
Because somebody will hire him.
You know what's crazy? I have rapper friends that get protected better than that.
Absolutely. That was a calamity. That was like Three Stooges. Everybody on the security detail should be fired. Everybody.
Man.
Demoted, moved around, put on desk jobs or something. I ain't even gonna say fired, desk jobs.
You know, like a couple weeks ago, PZ and Vezo took a picture with Trump, and you know they got such backlash for it that they took the. I think Vezo ended up like having to take the picture down. Just I don't know if that's why he took it down, but he took it down. And then after the shooting, PZ ended up like reposting the photo again, like yeah, we're with them. And then everybody in the comments was like supportive of Trump. So it was weird seeing everybody hate Trump. And then he got shot, and then everybody was supportive of Trump in the comments after that. Everybody in Detroit that was like, "Why the fuck are you taking pictures with Trump for?" Like, isn't that wild to see people's perception and people's like vote change that drastically?
Well, I mean, so listen. So Donald Trump and the whole aura of, well, not modern, but pre him running for president. The black community loved him because they looked at him like a caricature of himself. He was funny, the apprentice shit, right? A lot of this generation, or the generation this generation of hip hop fans and artists, they don't know the history of Trump and his father. They don't know about the lawsuits for housing discrimination based on race, a lot of the misogyny, a lot of the shit that he was into in the 1970s and 80s. A lot of hip hop or Gen X motherfuckers don't know history, so they had no idea. Most of these people first learned about Donald Trump with The Apprentice, or just being a TV personality and just being kind of like brash and unapologetic about grabbing by the pussy type shit. Right? A lot of them don't know the racist ass history that Donald Trump has. You know what I'm saying? Prior to him becoming a politician, and when they point it out, a lot of people don't want to believe the shit. But Donald Trump is no worse than Joe Biden in terms of just being a racist, bigoted son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Donald Trump is no worse than Joe Biden. Joe Biden has had a 50, 60-year political history in Washington, D.C. A lot of the policies and a lot of legislation that has negatively affected black, brown people in this country. Joe Biden's been he has been a supporter or author a lot of the bills that have had a negative impact on black people as a whole in this country. He's no better than Donald Trump. They're both equally two racist, bigoted, sexist, forgetful motherfuckers. Right. So it's like you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. We don't have a good candidate right now.
The outcome of the assassination attempt does that to you automatically make it that Trump's going to win the election?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a combination. The horrible performance that Biden had during the debate, right? He's clearly not in his. He doesn't have all his faculties. That is absolute. Before the debate, they were scared about his crew were scared about him not being able to perform. And before they rehearsed that shit like a fucking movie. So they knew what his shortcomings were going to be when he went up there. They knew Donald Trump was going to bully him. He knew it was going to be.
Yeah, I think they did like a 60-minute interview with Biden afterwards, so he could kind of
clear it up,
clear it all up. And
can't clear that dumbass shit up. He froze on that.
Yeah, the interviewer said everything was scripted. He was like, everything we pre-rehearsed everything. It's like, God damn it.
You can't miss on that part. Yeah, it's like giving us a script. We can't miss on that shit. Yeah, so there's no good choice when it comes to presidential candidates right now.
I noticed that you and Helva have been. I know you guys have history together, but really linking up lately, man.
We got some secret shit on the floor.
Yeah.
Secret, like big shit, like shit that is groundbreaking.
Really?
Yeah, me, Helva, and RJ, the Wolf of Detroit, Turbulence RJ, we have some really, really big shit on the floor that's going to change the whole dynamic of the infrastructure of the music business in the city of Detroit.
Yes.
We're finalizing a lot of major shit going on right now. I appreciate Helva for bringing me into the fold. I appreciate RJ, for them guys. They're amazing people. They're good human beings. We got some groundbreaking shit for to happen.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of weight to carry on your shoulders if you're going to do anything that's groundbreaking for the infrastructure, right? And I know people get annoyed that I keep saying it, but the reason
they don't understand.
The reason it's annoying is because when you've been in it for almost a decade, it's like, man, when the fuck are you going to see like signs of people working together in the community? Like even when I was talking about the Babytron thing, I'm not. With the Babytron, Eminem, and Big Sean thing, I'm not dogging them for that. What they did was phenomenal, but it's at the same time, it's like again when First Day Out came out.
It's a one-off.
Yeah.
It's not an infrastructure type thing. It's a song.
Yeah.
So what it does is for Tron, it introduces Tron officially to all Eminem's stands.
Yeah.
That's major.
Insane.
That's major. So whatever Lando is fucking over there doing, you better get the fucking moving because you better take advantage of that shit in every way you possibly can.
No, Lando and Tron are just geniuses, man. They really figured out a way to, like you said, be independent and really just strive forward and dominate. And it's great that Eminem gave that like lending hand to do that. I know Cole Bennett was behind the whole operation of it and everything like that, but it's still dope. But you and Helva, I don't want to get off track with that. You and Helva are working groundbreaking stuff. Is there any kind of idea that you can give to people what they can look forward to in any type of scheme of it? Like any type of way?
So you mentioned infrastructure. It's some infrastructure-based shit. It is not a song. It is not an album. It is swinging the pendulum. It is like taking a sledgehammer and striking the concrete. That's what the fuck it is.
Beautiful.
Stand by.
Beautiful. It's good to hear that. How have you been handling your own personal life as far as, I'm going to be careful with how I say this, but Trump's assassination attempt, I know you can relate a little bit because I know people have really been on your ass lately. You know what I mean? So I know that I know it's not easy to be you right now.
Nah, it ain't easy. It's never been easy to be me. I've always been like, I've always been a lightning rod. I can handle it. No matter what it is, I can handle it. I ain't worried about it. I sleep well at night. I sleep well. I ain't worried about it. Motherfuckers I don't want to be liked by these cocksucker sons of bitches, bro. I don't want to be liked. I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? I work hard to get to where I am. If you can recognize it, if you know it, I've had situations where people have questioned, what the fuck has Dawgface done for Detroit? Bro, do you know how many concerts, you know how many 20, 30, 40, $50,000 I put in A-list artists in the city of Detroit when I opened up the gateway between Detroit and Tampa Bay? You know how many songs, you know how many people I put in rotation in Tampa and Memphis? This is before Doug got with CMG. You know how many songs I put in rotation in Tampa and Memphis and Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Alabama? Do you know how many songs I put in rotation in the Phillies and the Pittsburghs, bro, and the St. Louis's? I've been there and I've done that. My record speaks for itself. People don't know that because I don't really brag about it. I just do shit.
Yeah. Well, you're always in the mix. I mean, people can pull up photos just to see how much you're in the mix and how dialed in you're with it.
I'm in the room.
But as far as, the scary situations that have happened in your life, it's all over social media of you being in some crazy highway situation where somebody tried to knock you off the road.
No, I tried to carjack me.
Somebody tried to carjack you.
Yeah, an ATL, yeah.
What was this carjacking? If you can talk about it, what was this carjacking situation about?
We were leaving a spot in Buckhead, and it was like 5 or 6 cars of us, and they pulled over. They pulled over to a gas station that was about a couple of miles away from the spot that we went to, and they were going in to get like blunts and shit like that. I pulled up. I was at pump number 2, so it's the outside pump is pump number 1. Pump number 2 is the inside pump, but then pump number 3, there was a couple, white guy, white girl, in a little red sports car right there. I'm facing the actual gas station. They're facing the street. The service drive that gets up on the freeway is right there. So when I'm sitting there, so I wasn't going in the gas station. I was just sitting in my car. I pulled up, waiting on my people. So I'm at like pump 2. They were at like pump 9, 10, 11, way down there. So I'm just sitting there. And the area that we were in wasn't necessarily what you call a bad area for ATL, right? So I'm sitting there, when I pulled up, I didn't even put my car in park. I got my foot in the brake. I'm on my phone looking at the Kid L show, right? Probably some shit like that, right? So I'm just sitting there. So my car is totally tinted all the way around. The windshield, everything is like 5%. You can't see in. I can see out barely, but you can fucking not see in that bitch at all. Everything is smoked out. Yeah. So I saw 2 guys coming from the back, obviously from the back of the gas station. They had sweat hoods on. And I saw them walking towards, not necessarily me, but like walking towards in the direction of her. So I glanced up and I saw them walking. They had sweat hoods on. And I looked up, looked back down. I wasn't really tripping because the area we were in, it wasn't an area where you expect something like that to happen, right? So, but Buckhead can be dangerous too. I think people know that now. Buckhead is not as safe as people think it once was, right? So I saw him walking. It was the guy on the right the guy on the right hand side. He was like he was to my right. I guess he was to the other guy's left. He was like about 4 or 5 paces ahead of the guy he was walking with. So I saw him. I looked up, back at my phones. I wasn't thinking nothing about this shit, right? They had sweat hoods on, but that shit didn't even alarm me because I'm sitting there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily alarmed by shit. I've been through so much shit, bro. That shit that would be alarming to a normal motherfucker. That shit, I look at that shit and be like, oh, okay, type shit, right? So he was like 4 or 5 paces ahead of the guy he's walking with. So they cut through. So I found it odd because normally I'm a ghetto kid, right? So when you walk through a gas station where I'm from, you don't walk between cars. You walk around. If you're walking and you just happen to cut through a gas station, you don't walk between cars. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So I took note of that shit, but I wasn't tripping about this shit, right? So the guy the first guy, the guy on the right, he walked between the 2 cars, me and the little red sports car with the 2 white people, little couple, right? He walked past my car. My peripheral vision, I seen him walk past. I got my sounds banging. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting there, sound banging, waiting there for them to pull out. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. So my peripheral vision, my car is totally smoked out, but I can see. So I seen a shadow. I looked, the motherfucker's trying to snatch my car door open, right? So he had double back, grabbed the car door, trying to open the motherfucker, trying to snatch it open. I guess he thought I'm at a gas station, I'm sitting here. I guess he thought I was either getting gas or normally when you're at a gas station, when you pull up the gas station, you get out or you're getting cash, your car doors are normally unlocked when you're at a gas station, right? So I guess that's what he figured. So you try to snatch him, oh look, my car's in drive now. I ain't putting it in park. Right? And I got an LS1 engine in my motherfucking Grand. It ain't no regular fucking 4.6 in that bitch, right? So when I looked and seen, I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? So I seen the motherfucker you walk with, he's running, like trying to run towards the driver's side, right? I hit that bitch. You hear me? I hit the gas, that bitch, hit that bitch, flew up in the air. Boom. You hear me? That bitch flew up in the air. Came down, boom, landed on my hood. I sent you pictures. Yeah. My hood totally dented in. And it's not the bottom of the hood. It's the hood up by the hinges. That shit hard to dent that bitch in. So when I hit that bitch flew up in there, bam, landed on my hood. I'm going to hit the gas because I'm thinking that his partner going to start shooting. You You know what I'm saying? So I hit the gas. I pull out that bitch. Pull out, jump down the freeway. I'm like, I'm finna get the fuck on, right? So I jump on the freeway. So in Atlanta, they got like 8 lane highways and shit. Like, it ain't just like us, we got 4 lanes and shit, that's it, right? Like like 8 lane highways where we are, right? So I jumped down, hit that motherfucker. That bitch growling too. And I got 28s from the bitch too, so it sit up high as well, right? So I'm driving like, hoe ass niggas. That's what I'm thinking to myself, right? I heard some go boom out the car, like I hit a speed bump or something. So I look in the rearview mirror. I have a rearview mirror, but the sound's banging so hard, the rearview mirror fall down, right? And then so I turn around and try to look, but I can't see because I got a big ass 24-inch screen coming down from the roof, the ceiling of my car. So I can't see. So I look at my rearview, my side mirror, and it's hanging. Bitch hanging out. What the fuck? So I elbowed the fucking TV screen up, and I'm looking at turn around, look. I see a fucking body behind me tumbling on the fucking freeway, bro, like this tumbling and shit, right? So I'm like, oh shit. That's what I'm thinking to myself, right? Oh shit, right? It was an oh shit moment that you never fucking want to leave your fucking life, bro. So I see the body tumbling back there. So when I peeled out of the parking lot, the car that was next to me, they had moved out first. I ended up cutting them off because they had to turn around and jump down the freeway. When I peeled out, they were coming. I cut them off because I thought dog was gonna start shooting. Oboe trying to grab my passenger door, so I just jumped in front of them and just shot down on the freeway on a service drive. So I'm on the freeway. I'm like, damn, man. I see a body tumbling back there. So I'm looking back there, right? I'm turning around, so I see cars like dodging the motherfucker like Frogger or something. So I hit the fucking pause button on my sounds, so you can see. I can see cars like I'm turning around like, what the fuck? So I'm trying to dodge from hitting him. They don't want to hit the motherfucker. They don't know what's going on, right? Yeah. So I'm like, damn. So I said, man, I'm gonna keep on going, man. I'm gonna keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm gonna keep on going. But you know how Atlanta is, bro. It's not like Detroit, bro. Atlanta got cameras everywhere. I know that because I live down there too, right? They got cameras everywhere, and cars right behind me. They in close proximity of me, so I know there's a chance somebody might see my license plate. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what the fuck had happened, but come to find out when I hit the motherfucker, he came down on my hood, then he slipped to the side, but he grabbed my mirror. So he's like, my mirror's right here. So I'm dragging him. I don't know because I'm just driving fast, but he's holding my mirror broke because it gave away, and when it gave away, he slipped underneath the car and my back wheels rolled the motherfucker over. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I debated. That's like, even though that shit seemed crazy, I have been in like crazy situations, bro. So I said, man, I'm gonna keep on going. Fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't know what the fuck that is back there, but that motherfucker, I couldn't tell if he's dead or not, but I knew he was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I said, man, I'm gonna keep on going. But I said, man, bro, I ain't did shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I said, if I keep on going, when I make it home, it's gonna be like, you hit them up, they ain't gonna know what happened. Right. I'm gonna be screwed. You feel what I'm saying? If somebody get my license plate, all they ain't gonna know about what happened up here at the gas station and shit like that, right? So I pulled over. And as soon as I pulled over, like 5 or 6 cars pulled over right behind me, including the guy and the girl in the red car who was at pump number 3 next to me right here. They pulled over directly. They pulled over in front of me. I pulled over. They pulled over in front of me. And I got out, white guy, white girl. I love white people after this. I don't have no problem with white people after this. White people is the best witnesses in the world, right? I don't got no problem with white people. I love them, right? Because they get out, like, dude, what the fuck happened? Like, I don't know, like, man, was that guy trying to kind of, you know, at first he said, I thought that you knew the guy, right? Because their car was facing this way. So he didn't see him walking from around the back of the fucking gas station. It's like, but when I saw you pull out and jump in front of us, I figured something was wrong, but I didn't know what. Like, yeah, motherfucker tried to carjack a motherfucker, man. Like, really? Okay, yeah, because I saw the guy grab your door, but I thought they were with you. I thought they had went and, you know what I'm saying, maybe pissed and side of the fucking gas station or whatever. I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, most of that carjack we do, right? Like, yeah, carjack. Wow. So when the police pull up, the first person the police had the conversation with was not me, because I ain't know who had hit what. they walked up to the white guy and the white girl walked to the police. Like, man, yeah, that guy tried to carjack him at the gas station, blah, blah, blah. Right? So he came to me like, man, he tried to carjack you? I'm like, yeah, whatever they said. Whatever they said, because I'm a criminal, bro. You know, I'm a retired criminal. So I'm like, yeah, whatever they fucking said, that's what the fuck happened, right? So I ended up backing my car up because I had drove maybe like a quarter of a mile before I decided to pull over. So I backed up maybe like half the distance that I had traveled after the guy ran over, right? So I got out my car. So they talked to the police and shit. So I walked back and I looked. So by the time the police came and had shut the freeway down, so all the traffic was behind the police cars and shit, right? Right? So I'm looking at the motherfucker. I see his shoe over here, hat over there. Oh, he was twisted like a deer. You ever seen a deer get hit?
Yeah.
Like roadkill? He was twisted. So but he was still breathing.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? You can still see his chest breathing, right? So I looked at the motherfucker. And now I'm a scoundrel ass nigga in real life, bro. But it's still, I'm like, man, I wasn't on no shit like good, that's good for you type shit, right? I was like, damn. I was more concerned about, because I'm still a black man in America, and I'm in the South. And even though Atlanta is a metropolis in the South, it's still Georgia. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, man, I'm finna be fucked up behind this shit. You hear me? You know how I be. I'll be on tip too. So I'm like, man, they go run through that bitch. It's something, you know, it's on its own in there. So I was hoping, you know what I'm saying? But the police are pretty cool, bro. It's always a good thing to have white witnesses to shit. You hear me? He died on the scene.
Damn.
I actually watched him take his last breath.
Oh my God.
It was a big one, and he let it out, and then you can see the mist, like you can see mist come out of his mouth, and I know he was gone because he just
Were
his
the
body
people that
collapsed.
were with him originally there to see him?
No.
Oh, they were.
No, they went and pulled the camera from the gas station. They saw him. They couldn't find the gun at first. You know what I'm saying? The other guy didn't. It wasn't like they knew something was. They knew it. They went and got the cameras from the gas station. They seen it. You know, they seen the guy grab my door.
So the thing
You
I'm
know
still
what I'm saying?
confused about is on takeoff, what was he holding on to that led him to get stuck into the car to the point where he gets led all the way to the freaking freeway?
Well, when he got hit, he flew up in the air, landed on my trunk,
Yeah.
on my hood.
Yeah.
And then he slipped to the side. And he grabbed this is my side mirror.
Yeah.
So he grabbed my mirror.
And he just held on to it?
And he held on. I didn't know because I'm driving. I ain't paying
Yeah.
attention. And so his body's underneath my driver's door. He held on to the mirror. So when the mirror break, he just slipped underneath the back wheel.
So why didn't he just let go? I don't understand.
I don't know. I think he just holding on because I was moving. That bitch growling. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a Grand Marquis. That bitch all steel, and that bitch got an LS1 vet engine in the motherfucker.
So
And it got 28s on it, so it bitch sit up high off ground any motherfucker.
yeah,
You hear me?
that's insane, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. When that was on social media, everybody thought it was like somebody who specifically had known you was after you, but it was just like some random incident of somebody that thought.
I'm thinking it's random.
Yeah.
It wasn't no motherfucker sitting no motherfucker at me because nobody knew where we were going. No cars followed us. It was just some guys. They didn't pull up in the car. It was like they would just sit there waiting on the opportunities, is what I thought.
And so that time
And what I think.
that time of that happening isn't relevant to the other video of you and your friends kind of like, I know, doing the Menace to Society stomping situation. Like was that something completely different?
What you mean?
There's that video where you and your friends are circled around and stomping on the camera, and it was almost.
Oh no, that was that night though.
Oh, it was the
It
same
was a night. That was just that's our thing.
Oh,
we put
okay,
the phone on the floor, faces upward, and we put our shoes up. We got expensive shoes on.
Oh, I got you.
yeah.
I thought you guys were doing the stomping thing. I was gonna say.
No, hell no.
Yeah, that's insane, man. So over that gives you a little bit of reflection in life. Is everything good with time, or you got how much time?
No, I'm straight.
Are you
Come on
good?
with it. Yeah.
Talk about. I know you went through another situation where I like to be careful a little bit about how we dive into things, but there was another situation that kind of got hectic in Atlanta as well. If you can speak on that a little bit and kind of talk about what's going on with you. I know this situation that you're talking about with the carjacking isn't necessarily your fault. It's not, it wasn't your thing, but what's been the upcharge and like violent activity that's been kind of circulating around your life?
Around me?
Yeah.
YouTube shit real. Motherfuckers pay attention to that shit.
Mm.
I had an incident with what's his whole ass nigga name? QCP, Quality Control, Peter, one of the co-CEOs of Quality Control. He seen me at a spot in Atlanta called Whiskey Mistress. Tried to confront me, you know what I'm saying? And how it went is that we were leaving. It was like 7, 8 of us together, my people, we were leaving. And Whiskey Mistress is like one of the most happening clubs in Buckhead, the Buckhead section of Atlanta. So it was a Sunday night. On Sunday nights, the parking lot is in front of the club, and the club is pushed back. So on Sunday night, they put a big giant ass tent over the parking lot and turned the parking lot into an outdoor space for the club. So we were outdoors. So there's at the city sidewalk, there's a gate. When you walk through that gate, you walk through, you get shook down. You get to another like a little railing gate, and you pay to get in. Or you say, I got a booth already bought, show them your receipt what you paid, and you walk in. So when we're leaving, you leave out the same way. When you walk in, when you leave, you walk out the first gate. And between the first gate and the second gate, which is at the city sidewalk, when you're leaving, there are like 3 or 4 garbage cans situated right there. And you have the police, the Atlanta Police Department right there, because people have their cups in their hand. You can't touch that city sidewalk with that cup of alcohol in your hand. So the police, versus having security there, because people go, shut the fuck up, because Whiskey Mistress, all you see is Ferraris, Lamborghinis, G-Wagons, Cadillac trucks, vets. That's all you see is high-end shit. Football players, top music executives, the baddest bitches in the fucking world is in that motherfucker, right? And all you see is motherfuckers in that motherfucker, from sports people to music people in that motherfucker. That's the kind of vibe it is, right? So they had the police there instructing people that, before you walk out this last gate, walk through the last gate, you got to throw your cup where they had garbage cans right there. So I walk out the first gate, so I'm in the between then I'm walking towards the second gate. So I hear somebody say, "Hey man, let me holler at you for a second." So I turn around and I look, and I instantly recognize QCP. I see him, and he with some other guy. At that point in time, I didn't know who he was, but I later found out it was Chris Brown manager, the lady's Aunt Wilson. You know what I'm saying? So I stopped and turned around, and I got all my jewelry on, all my diamond busts, everything. I got everything on. You know what I'm saying? So I turned around. I'm like, "What's up?" And he was like, "Man, ain't you from Detroit?" So I'm looking around, because I know this nigga right here, he ain't by himself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking around to make sure that motherfucker ain't finna try to sneak me. But I'm in the no man's land anyway, so I'm looking around. So the people who, we almost last motherfuckers out the club, to tell you the truth, bro. It's maybe like 30, 40 people still in that outdoor part who coming out too, right? So I'm like, "What's happening, man? What's up?" Because he's like, "Man, ain't you from Detroit?" I'm like, "Man, what's up? What's happening?" You know what I'm saying? Like, "Man, they call you Dawgface?" So I'm like, "Man, what's up, bro?" Because at this point, like, I ain't asking no questions. The fuck is you talking about? If you QCP, Mr. whatever, 300 million, 50, whatever, if you stopping me in the club in Atlanta, in your city, you know who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I'm not answering no questions, niggas. If you stopping me, you know what it is, right? So I'm like, "Man, what's up?" It's like, "Man, I'm just trying to figure out what your problem is with me. Why you always talking about me on YouTube?" So I'm like, "What?" So I said, "Man, what's happening? Fuck all that." You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, my mind is geared towards one thing at this point. What's happening? Fuck all who am I, why I said what I said. Fuck all that. What's happening, right? By this time, my man OG Freeze was before me, right? Was walking out ahead of me. So by this time, he looked back and seen that I'm talking to him. So he automatically see who Dog is, because he from down there, right? He come back through, because he already made out the city sidewalk gate, the gate that's close to the sidewalk. He came back in, still with my side, like, "What's up?" So the nigga P was like, "Man, who is you?" He was like, "Man, don't worry about it." Freeze like, "Don't worry about who the fuck I am, man. What's happening, man?" He's like, "What you got to do with this?" He's like, "That's my motherfucking man. It's my partner. What the fuck you mean what I got to do with it, man? What's happening, man? What you on?" It's like, "Man, I'm just trying to holler." Like, "Man, ain't nothing to holler about, man. Is it a problem or it ain't a problem? Which one is it?" Right? So he's like, "Man, it's a time, place for everything." Like, "Yeah, nigga, that's why we call you a rat. You see the police, because the police is right here. They don't have security right here. They have the police, so that when you tell them to throw your cup away, security guards, they gonna tell these motherfuckers, shut the fuck up." So they had the police right here. So the police is literally closer to me and you when all this shit is happening. So Freeze like, "Man, that's why we call you a rat, man. Because you're doing this rat ass shit. You know what I'm saying? You trying to stop a motherfucker. You had something you want to say to motherfucker. You should have said it while we was in there. You could have said it while we was in there. Nothing was stopping you. Like, you trying to get the police in this shit. You a rat. Get the fuck on." We walked out. So we walked out, got in our shit, we left. And that was it. You hear me?
I feel like, wasn't that a time for a conversation of why you talk about him so much to be had right there?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I ain't no. See, you're not from the ghetto. Right? Let me help you. So listen, if he would have walked up to me while we were in the club, right? And say, "Hey, man, let me holler at you, partner." You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't about listen, I don't give a fuck if he told on nigga not. know what I'm saying? That shit was content, and to me, it was what it was. You know, I don't give a fuck about what he did or didn't do, right? But let me just tell you this: on some G shit, if he would have walked up to me and be like, man, Dawgface, because obviously somebody pointed me out to him, because he ain't had no jewelry on. He had on a pair of black shirts, some black pants, and some armed robber like Nikes type shit, right? He had no jewelry on. That ain't how he moved. You know, so somebody obviously told you I was in there. Know what I'm saying? And maybe sent you a picture, whatever the case may be, or whatever. Told you I was FaceTime you, whatever. If he would have stopped me on some real shit and like, man, let me holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Like man, I'm just trying to figure out what it is, bro.
So it was the way he did it, that kind of.
Yeah, it's the way he did it. If he'd have stopped me, let me holler at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man, bro. I ain't scary, I ain't afraid of a motherfucking thing. So you could have stopped me. You ain't no bigger nigga than me. You know what I'm saying? So if he'd have pulled me over, like, bro, let me holler at you, bro. Listen, man. He could even say, man, I don't appreciate that, man, because that was my partner who died, and I didn't feel like he deserved that. So, you know what I'm saying? So I did what I thought I had to do, and I don't really care what nobody feel about it. You know what I'm saying? But let me just give you, it was what it was. It wasn't just me just in the street selling no dope and blah, 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 blah. That was my partner. I know his mama, his kids, and blah, blah, blah. And he didn't deserve that, man. So I feel like I had no choice but to try to, you know what I'm saying? If he had told me that, yeah, I could have respected that, and it would have been just that. You know what I'm saying? But my response was equivalent to how you approached me. You approached me like, when I'm walking out, you with another motherfucker, it's me but myself. You stopped me. Nobody else stopped. My people kept on going. Because this spot ain't no violence in this motherfucker. You know, ain't no nigga be in this bitch. Too much money. Too much pussy in this bitch. Nigga be arguing. You know, and going back and forth. I never seen nobody get in an argument in that motherfucker. We go there every week. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Damn.
So that's what it was, bro.
But yeah, you got to remember that you're always going to have to know that your voice somehow pierces.
I know that now. I've had several incidents that transpired in the last 3 or 4 months. That YouTube shit serious. Yeah. Motherfuckers better not they ain't listening. They fucking listening, bro. Oh, that's beneath me. I ain't paying attention to that shit. That's they watching.
I have people that come on this podcast and I have their managers will specifically say to me, "No Dawgface conversations."
What?
Yeah, literally.
What you mean? I have people. How dare they?
I'll tell you after we get up.
No Dawgface conversation. What you mean? No ask you no questions. What do that?
Don't talk about Dawgface. I've had that multiple times where like you know how I ask everybody before like is everything that's off the tables, no Dawgface conversations. I'm like, okay.
That's good. That's good. I don't know what to think about that, but in my mind can't be nothing but good.
Well, I think people just don't want you to spark up something that they know they have to defend, right? Because if you bring up somebody's name and say something about somebody, if that person doesn't say anything in response to it, knowing the reach that you have, they almost look like a B word. So
bitch.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Bitch ass niggas.
So for them, it's like, even if they don't care about who you are, they're more so.
Let's avoid that shit. Yeah, let's just avoid this shit. Yeah. You scary bitches. Scary. Where's the camera at? Which one? You scary bitch ass niggas. Don't ever avoid the Dawgface question. You a man? Speak on it like a man, bitch. You scary little bitches, little bitch.
When you watch the Kendrick and Drake beef, I know it's kind of like entertainment and everything like that, but what's your perception on it?
I don't have one. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. You got two motherfuckers who were formerly friends. That I still haven't heard about anything that really instigated the explosion between them two. It's good hip hop. That's what hip hop is all about. Hip hop is about sparring back and forth lyrically. You know what I'm saying? It was a good battle. It was a good moment for hip hop, bro. I grew up. Hip hop started with the battles, so I looked at it like that. Those two guys, they both multimillionaires, bro. It ain't what they really arguing and beefing about. They may have some differences now in terms of the way they operate and what they think about shit, but man, they ain't really no real beef, man. Yeah. No, that shit ain't no real. Ain't no Tupac Biggie shit. Ain't no who shot you shit.
You think Tupac and Biggie's was real? I think even
it got real. It got real.
Yeah,
right? It got real.
But at first, I think they were saying that Tupac was just pushing the agenda.
Yeah, because that's what some motherfuckers do shit for clout.
Yeah,
a lot of that shit was for clout. He knew that they ain't shoot him. He knew they ain't set him up. He knew that. A lot of that shit was just for clout to sell records. That's the first example of some clout shit in hip hop. Yeah. It's just like what Eminem did when he first started. When Eminem first came out, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Fred Durst, MTV, NSYNC Michael Jackson, NSYNC. He went at everybody. He was the first troll. He was the first hip hop troll of a person talking about people, saying negative shit about them publicly for no other reason but just to draw or to garner some attention. He was the first. Eminem is the first hip hop troll ever. Because before, when people said somebody else's name, it was an issue between. It was a mano y mano. It wasn't just you just talking about people to get some reaction. Eminem was the first fucking troll.
Yeah, I mean, one of his biggest hits, he literally says like "fuck Will Smith," basically.
Yeah, I forget about that. All that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. Right?
Yeah.
What's been on your mind recently, man? Just waking up every day and things that just cross your mind about your own career and just personal life.
Grinding. Just grinding, looking for just looking for it, talking about there. I have major opportunities on the floor. I met some interesting people who are like life-changing people on my journey within the last 6 months. I met some of the most powerful people behind the scenes in just the world of concert and promotion and just the overall the infrastructure of the entertainment business. Yeah. Not just rap, just period. And I've had some wonderful conversations with some of the most powerful people who make shit move behind the scenes.
Is it organic when you talk about the highest levels of people that can push things forward? Is everything happening in an organic manner, or are things kind of calculated?
It's happening organically, bro.
Okay.
I met some very powerful people at the concert, the DLo concert at Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. I met people who were aware of me, but never had the opportunity to get up close and personal with me. So when I was drawn into conversations with them by people who they already know, who they're familiar with, they were surprised at how, at just my demeanor and just my personality, and they were just surprised about just my overall wealth of knowledge about things that have nothing to do with just entertainment. And they told me, like, bro, I thought you was a fucking barbarian, bro. I had no idea you were this sensible. Like, yeah, man, that's it's me when I gotta get like that, but for the most part, I don't walk around acting like that stupid ass shit.
No, you're an articulate motherfucker.
I don't walk around doing that dumb, talking that stupid shit. I don't even talk. If I don't know you, I don't even have no conversation with you. I keep it moving.
Well, there's people like, I think DJ Akademiks who they say whatever's on their mind, but I think they like kind of isolate themselves because they know it's not as easy to just walk around in the streets and everything like that.
I walk around.
And for you, it's like you say things. You don't have a high reach, unfortunately, because you lose your social media so often.
Yeah, I do. I just lost it again too.
You lost another one?
Yeah, about 2 months ago. Gotcha. So Dawgface TV is new.
Oh, I thought you just renamed that bitch.
No, hell no. Whenever it's a new name, you know somebody too. I don't never rename my shit ever.
Damn, son. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you had the platforms that they had, like you would be just as big as them because you're articulate. You make a lot of sense when you fucking talk about any subject matter. You're non-biased most of the time. You look at both sides of everything that's happening. You understand the culture, the history of the culture. You understand hip hop, entertainment. You understand the world and like history in such a significant degree that it's like you should be on top with the motherfucking DJ Akademiks and the Vlads and the No Jumpers and everything of that caliber. You just don't have the platform, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's growing, and I'm putting myself in a position to where the people who I'm now dealing with are people who understand the whole landscape of just social media, YouTube, the whole YouTube stratosphere. They understand it, so I'm getting a lot of pushes. I have sponsorship now who are kind of like helping me push myself to the next level of the game. And bro, I really don't have no concerns about security. I go where I want to go. Yeah. Motherfucker play with me if they want to, and it's not gonna go. Listen, so don't even talk to me. I'm gonna give y'all the cheat code. If you got a problem with me, just do what you gonna do. Because to walk up to me and approach me with a conversation with what the fuck type shit, gonna get your ass knocked out.
Right.
Off the minimum, you gonna get your ass knocked backwards.
I just heard that shit in your fucking. That shit just vibrated the room when you said that.
No,
shit.
I'm like, if you walk up to me, just do what you gonna do. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear them. Ain't no, hey, bro, you said this about on social. Fuck all that. You see me, you got a problem with me, and don't stare at me neither. Don't be trying to give me no Marquette penitentiary in Michigan. Say when you look at that motherfucker real hard, it's called a Marquette. Don't try to Marquette me, bro. Because if you try to Marquette me, I'm gonna ask you what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And if I ask you, I'm already ready. I'm already ready. You know, don't spook me, nigga. You spook me, you get knocked down. That's what's gonna happen.
When you do have I know you gotta go soon. So last couple things I'll ask you is with seeing, you know, they had a media platform top ranking system release soon. Sorry, fucking my mind's going. Top 10 list of media platforms in hip hop. DJ Akademiks was number 1. How'd you feel about that?
In terms of, he has a massive impact. Yeah, so direct conversation. I understand why, because he's a direct conversationalist. You hear me? So, like people like the Gillies and Wallows of the world, they're interviewers. Akademiks is a pontificator. He's a commentator. So he's going to be around forever. With platforms like what Gilly and Wallow have, they're great at what they do. but there's a limitation to what they do because they're not necessarily commentators about things that outside of their Instagram platforms. They're not necessarily commentators. Akademiks doesn't need to interview anybody to be relevant. All he has to do is flip on the microphone, turn the light on, and talk about whatever. So people look to him for news.
That's kind of like you.
Yeah.
Very similar system.
That's purpose. It was Big D, Mogul State of Mind. Shout out to Big D, Mogul State of Mind. Sean Cotton, when I had the conversation with them when I first started the whole Dawgface TV thing, they told me not to pigeonhole myself, which is I interview people as well.
Yeah.
But don't make that the basis of my platform, because what's going to happen when you run out of interesting people to talk to?
You got to be interesting yourself.
Right. So just when you start your platform, start it like an Akademiks does. Be a commentator.
Well, since the last time you've been on here, what's been the most significant moment for you as far as your own personal life and career?
My grandson, who's 3 years old, jumped into the swimming pool and started swimming.
Sweet.
Yeah, he 3. Just jumped in that shit, just jumped in the pool and started swimming. That's been the most significant thing. I got new cars.
I see,
I got new motorcycles.
Always pulling up with new shit.
I got new motorcycles, new cars. I got to switch up because people see me and shit.
Your house looks nice, man. Your house looks nice. Your garage looks nice. Your cars look nice. You look like your fancy Sadidi lifestyle.
Yeah, but see, the whole thing is, because I do have to take more precautions now, I'm not going to post my cars.
Ah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I have all new cars. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna post them. If you see me, you just see me. I'm not gonna give you the heads up on when I'm driving. Oh, that's Dawgface. Nah, I'm gonna stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that shit no more.
Well, yeah, like I said, when I talked to you on the phone a few weeks ago, even though you were like, I need to just like clear my mind for a little bit or just spend time with your family, part of me did feel like this motherfucker needs to is stressed the fuck out right now, because there's no way I don't know if it's stress or what it is, but it has to be something within you that's like, yo, I need to take a step back for half a second here, because shit's getting too much right now.
Nah, I ain't never too much, bro. I'll live for this shit, man. I'm a fucking glory hound, bro. I'm a fucking hound dog, bro. In real life, I'll bark at the fucking moon. You hear me? I don't give a fuck about this shit. The shit that I be on with this YouTube and social media, I don't think about. I say that shit and I go fix me a fucking turkey sandwich, bro. I am fucking unbothered. I am unbothered by all this shit, Detroit and beyond. I don't give a fuck.
Has Wack 100 responded to you yet?
We had a big thing on Clubhouse type on I ain't even gonna mention these bitch ass niggas YouTube channel, but yeah, we had a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Wack 100, fuck Birdman, fuck QCP. Let me see, Wack 100, Birdman, QCP, cocksucking, dick sucking ass nigga. Who else? Everybody who support Wack 100, bitch ass nigga.
But if you guys have a chance to talk, how did you guys not clear things up between each other?
It wasn't about it's about him trying to make a grandiose point and use me as the point maker. Bitch, you can't use me to make no motherfucking point, bitch. Fuck you. Wack 100, suck my cock. Birdman, you can suck my cock because you a whole ass nigga, because BG, shout out to BG. You know what I'm saying? He able to move around now. But I'm still upset because Birdman, you let Wack 100, little pet, little dog, little dog kick him in his bitch ass face. You let that bitch talk about BG and you haven't come out and said anything about it yet. Still to this day, he haven't said nothing. BG, be careful. Don't trust Birdman.
The last thing I wanted to talk to you about is, obviously recently, unfortunately, there was a block shooting in Detroit. I think over 20 people were injured and people were killed.
Yeah.
I talked to somebody earlier about that, and he said, it's just a bunch of teenagers. Like, the old heads wouldn't be on that type of time, and people who are really vets of the city don't live like that. But what's your perception on that?
Let me tell you something about Detroit, bro. All this whole fantasy shit about what old motherfuckers. The old motherfuckers is the worst motherfuckers in this bitch, bro. Because a lot of the old motherfuckers have never accomplished what any real life goals. So a lot of old motherfuckers are in competition with the younger generation, bro. They don't want to let go. So the old motherfuckers are more volatile than the young motherfuckers. The young motherfuckers really just feeding off the energy. Like, for example, in the hip-hop gang, a lot of the older rappers from the previous generation, they have not experienced the level of success that these guys, these artists now are experiencing. So a lot of them are kind of salty on the low. They ain't going to say it because it's going to look like the fucking hater. But a lot of the previous generation rap motherfuckers, they salty about all this Baby Tron and motherfucking
Skilla Baby.
They salty. They look at these niggas, they millionaires. And they don't feel like they can rap better than them. Because that generation before us, that's the generation that's more closer to Eminem. Those are true spiriters. They don't feel like these young generation motherfuckers can rap at all. So they can't, for the life of them, understand how did they get right time, right place. You niggas was born out of due season. You wasn't born in the right time. I think I should have been a pimp. I think I should have been born in the 50s, should have been a pimp in the 60s and 70s. That's what I think. But hey, I'm just an old motherfucker just doing my thing, my 1-2 step.
For sure. Is there anything you want to promote before we sign off, or anything you want to talk about?
Dawgface TV, man. Go subscribe to Dawgface TV. Support you. I post everything I'm doing on my. Follow me, Dawgface TV on motherfucker. What that shit is. Instagram. Man, help me turn my shit up, man. I'm representing for Detroit. By the way, my program, my Dawgface TV, it is not a platform for me to go at motherfuckers from Detroit.
Yeah.
I think people who know me know that. So if you're from Detroit, you don't have to be afraid that I'm going to air your dirty laundry out, because I want y'all to know. Which camera? That one right there? Let me tell y'all something, right? Motherfuckers know that I'll say damn near anything. So y'all baby mamas, y'all homeboys y'all fell out with, the police have contacted me and told me motherfuckers who was rats and watch them. Motherfuckers have sent me anonymous paperwork on motherfuckers about they've been snitching and ratting. And I have not aired them out, because I don't want my platform to be a air out platform. So y'all motherfuckers, when they mention my name, y'all need to defend me. Because if y'all make me mad, I'm going to let a motherfucker know which one of you rap niggas. I'm going to let y'all, so y'all better defend me. Don't make me get beside myself, because I'll expose you bitch ass niggas. Don't make me do it. I don't want to do it.
God damn.
Defend me. Tell him leave Dawgface alone. Detroit needs him.
Detroit definitely needs you, Dawgface. Goddamn. It's a great talk as always. Is there anything you wanted to bring up before we sign off?
No, man.
For sure.
Go support. Y'all support Kid L, man. Like, share, subscribe. Go follow him. All that
it.
shit. Y'all know what it is, man.
Go turn up for your birthday, man. It's
I'm out this bitch.
Yeah,
I'm out
man.
this bitch for sure.
Turn up. I already know where you're about to go right now, and that's a lovely place to go to. So turn up, man. Happy birthday. Thanks for being a part of this podcast.
Appreciate you.
Per usual, man. And really turning it up. And like I said, being a checks and balances for the hip hop game and for Detroit itself. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, Hilo Visual Shootings Productions. We're out. Peace. Bye.